shows with piles of hobby.
Hi, I'm Patrick McDonald, the Uber critic from HollywoodChicago.com and the Chicago Film Tour.
And I'm your holiday elf on a shelf, Ken Candela, the Movie Wag.
So anyway, Ken, this is our segment where we look at TV episodes, Christmas TV episodes.
Right.
The writers always come up with something, usually a variation on A Christmas Carol.
Right.
And speaking of which, Ken, later in this segment we're going to be talking about a movie version of A Christmas Carol because, of course, there are 5,000 versions of it, and we'll be looking at Bill Murray's Scrooge. But let's start off with those TV shows, and we'll start off in 1957. Ken, give us an overview of Jack Benny
this was
show.
One that I kind of chose,
okay.
And I was always a huge fan to this day of Jack Benny, one of the classic comedic icons of all time.
Yes.
From Hollywood, the Jack Benny Program.
And Jack Benny, really, his persona was one that he often said he took all the frailties of man,
Okay.
which included vanity and cheapness
Yes.
and cowardness.
His versatility was unheralded.
And he really just played a very simple character.
Yes.
He didn't get dressed up, or it was always the same. He had the type of persona that before he even said a joke, they would set up a situation, and the audience would start laughing because they knew what he was going to do.
Him coming in.
Right. So this particular television episode is his holiday episode, and it all takes place at a department store.
Right.
And because you know Jack Benny is cheap, just send him to a department store to do some Christmas shopping.
Oh, Dan would love this one. This is a real nice one.
That's genuine cowhide.
Cowhide?
Yes, sir.
How much is that?
$40.
Let's talk about the stars in this, for
Right.
one thing. We
Right.
got Mel Blanc,
Right.
Dennis Day,
His singer, Rochester.
Rochester, of course,
Who was
Eddie Anderson.
his valet.
And the great Richard Deacon, Mel Cooley,
Right,
does a
right.
little turn in it.
Now, we also should talk about the store manager, the amazing Frank Nelson.
Yes.
Now, let's see. I wonder where the jewelry department. Oh, mister.
I mean, this guy was known for one word. Yes.
And in tribute, the Simpsons have made him the yes guy.
Well, I mean, every time he said yes, the audience would laugh. He could say it 3 or 4 times in an episode, and it was always funny. Again, he had that underlying kind of effeminate approach, which, we didn't even know what that was back in the 50s.
Now, to me, the episode it's a little awkward.
Right.
And it comes to a conclusion that, quite frankly, is disturbing. Ken? You see the horrified shoppers looking at the
Right.
bleeding corpse.
Right, and Jack Benny says, "Oh, what a pity! He was such a nice guy," and then proceeds to walk over and take his money, his refund, out of the register, and that's classic Benny.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next week for Lipton tea.
So our next TV overview is going all the way to the 1980s, the classic sitcom Cheers.
Absolutely, cheers.
Cheers.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
The premise is that a larger company bought Cheers. I don't even remember
I don't
this,
remember that
but they have to work Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whoa, wait a second here. You got us working on Christmas Eve. That's a holiday.
No, Christmas is a holiday.
Well, it's a holiday Eve.
I'm gonna
to pay you all time and a half.
No, hey, no, forget it. We cannot be bought.
I can.
Kirstie Alley's in this. I
Yes.
forgot how,
Yeah.
she's actually very attractive in this particular episode.
Knowing what I know now about her, she has no attraction to me whatsoever. They made Frasier a curmudgeon.
That's right. I
You
also
like-
forgot Kelsey Grammer was in it.
Hello, Niles.
Doing his Orson Welles impression.
How could I possibly be cynical, living in a nation in which we celebrate the holy birth of a babe in a manger with Perry Como in Hawaii?
And today we celebrated with Perry Como in Hawaii.
Stay.
I thought that was funny.
Didn't do
Anyway,
anything for me. So let's go to our Bells rating. First, Ken, the classic Jack Benny show episode.
love Jack Benny. Could do no wrong in my eyes. I'll give him 4 bells.
4 bells.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to take a bell off. I love the nostalgia of it, but the structure and the creepiness. 3 bells. 3 bells for Jack Benny. And the Cheers episode. Again, it was flat for me. I'm going to go 2.5 bells on the Cheers Christmas episode.
I'm going to give it 3.
3. All right.
Everybody knows your name there, Pat.
Except you.
Okay.
All right, our next film in this segment, Ken, we always look at a version of Charles Dickens' immortal classic, A Christmas Carol. Ken, how many versions do you think A Christmas Carol
Billions.
has?
I think last count there are literally billions.
As many as the stars in the sky,
Absolutely.
Ken. From sitcoms to TV specials to adaptations, to Hallmark Hall of Fames to George C. Scott.
Right.
There has been so many variations on A Christmas Carol. This year we're doing something non-traditional. We are going back again to the 1980s, and we're going to talk about Scrooged with Bill Murray.
He's in a TV executive.
TV executive.
All right. Who is actually going to do a live production of A Christmas Carol.
Yes.
On Christmas Eve.
Right. You'll love it.
You'll love it.
Y-U-L-E.
It's a cold, bleak Christmas.
10 o'clock. IBC presents live via satellite from New York, Bethlehem, Helsinki, West Berlin, and the Great Barrier Reef, Charles Dickens' immortal Christmas classic, Scrooge, starring Buddy Hackett, Jamie Farr, the Solid Gold Dancers, and Mary Lou Retton as Tiny Tim. Hosted by Sir John Houseman. Scrooge. It will touch your every heartstring. That's right. It all starts on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve on IBC. You'll love it.
It starts off with John Forsythe plays his boss, who comes back as the Jacob Marley character.
Yes.
And it's an incredible sequence when he comes in back from the dead, and he's looks like basically like a walking corpse.
Yeah, it's
and
a zombie.
Bango! Boomba! Ba-bang! Ba-bang! Blam! Blam!
I don't mind you hitting me, Frank, but take it easy on the Bacardi.
So what was your favorite of the ghosts?
It's hard not to love as a Carol Kane.
Carol Kane.
She plays the ghost of Christmas Present.
Yes.
And her character is very... it's all, a sugar plum fairy type,
yes,
with an underlying Charles Manson.
Yeah, she's a very much a sadist.
Oh,
she keeps beating Bill Murray up.
No, Frank. I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
The movie itself tends to jump around.
Yeah, I don't think as a whole it's very cohesive.
Right.
It's very short for one thing.
Right.
So they have to condense a lot of stuff. Ken, your Christmas bell for Scrooge.
Again, to me, this has been around a long time, and I enjoy watching it every year for like you said, some of those laugh out loud moments.
Okay.
So again, I'm going to give Scrooge 3 Christmas bells.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to agree with you. 3 bells. 3 bells for Scrooged.
And you'll love it.
And in our third segment for Pat and Ken at the holidays, it's surreal Christmas time.
Surreally, Pat?
Surreally, Ken. I love that line. We're going to be looking at 2 Christmas surreal films. Oh my gosh, Babes in Toyland with Laurel and Hardy. And you got to see it to believe it, Ken. The Magic Christmas Tree. That's next time on Pat and Ken at the holidays.